Boom, you guys asked for it. Here it is. This is the final Dark Aether Camo guide you're ever gonna need. Now that we're here in year 2 for Cold War, nothing's gonna change with this game, so all the tips in this video should be the newest updated tips for all time. We're gonna break it all down: weapon XP guides, headshot guides, Jackrabbit medal guides, melee guides, sniper guides, shotgun guides, any questions people normally have about the Dark Aether guide. It's all gonna be in this video, all timestamped. That way you can quickly go down below, pick exactly what you want to watch that, get back into game, start grinding. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, hey, I already unlocked the Dark Aether Camo. Why am I watching this? Well, maybe you got some extra DLC weapons that you never finished, and there are some new DLC weapons coming around the corner. Something that's extremely important to note about the Dark Aether grind: its difficulty scales with the amount of people you have. So if you have one player, it's going to be a lot harder. You're going to be getting less weapon XP. You're going to be getting less kills per hour. Whereas if you have 4 players, you're going to be getting more weapon XP per kill, and there's going to be more zombies to kill. So overall, if you're grinding for this, it is a lot faster. If you're grinding with someone, have more people in your games, or anything you're doing, it is going to be greatly benefited by playing with more players. If you don't have anyone to play with, I am going to leave my Discord linked below. We have a channel in there to find people to grind with. That way you can get Dark Aether even faster when you're following these tips. One last thing before we start this guide: if you're new here and want to sub, I would greatly appreciate that. And on top of that, if you want to leave a like and comment, it greatly helps out this channel, especially with videos that take this long to make. Something that's extremely confusing now that we're in Cold War Zombies year 2 is what weapons you actually have to get gold to unlock the Dark Aether Camo. And I can see why. There's so many DLC weapons in this game. There's like 70 something weapons, and if you're just starting this grind, it looks like a complete mess. So what you have to do is you only have to get the same amount of weapons that were in the game at launch per category to get the Plague Diamond Camo, and then obviously get ultimately the Dark Aether Camo. And this was the first game in COD history that you were actually able to pick what weapons you want to get gold. Most of the time in other COD games, you've got to get the base weapons, but this, you've only got to get the same amount of weapons that were in the game when it launched. So you just have to get 5 ARs, and the ARs I would recommend would be the Vargo 52. This thing is absolutely amazing. Then I'd recommend getting the FFAR, the Groza, the FARA, and then I'd also recommend getting the XM4. Those are the 5 that I would go for. Those are the 5 best ARs in zombies. The other ones are fine too. I mean, you can really pick whatever you want. Same thing for SMGs. This game launched with 5. So you only have to get 5 of the SMGs gold, and you unlock the Plague Diamond for SMGs. I'd recommend doing the Tech 9, the OTS 9, the PPSH, the MAC 10, and the Bullfrog. Those are the ones that I go for. The other ones, once again, good weapons, but those are kind of the cream of the crop when it comes to those. Tac rifles, you only have to get 4 tac rifles, meaning you can skip one, and I'd skip the Type 63. I'd get the M16, the AUG, the DMR, and the Carve. Skip the Type 63. It's one of the worst weapons in the entirety of Cold War Zombies. For LMGs, the game launched with 3, so you just have to get 3 of these. I'd skip the M60, but honestly, they're all good. Whatever you pick is going to be fine, but the M60 is the worst LMG, so get the RPD, the Stoner, and the MG82 if you want to do it quickly. 3 snipers were in the game at launch, so you just have to get 3 of these. 1000% skip the ZRG. This gun is so bad. It's the worst sniper. And then also skip the Tundra. The M82, the Pellington, and the Swiss are my 3 favorites, but choose whatever you feel most comfortable with. With pistols, this game launched with 3, so you only have to get 3 of these. I'd recommend getting the Amps, the Damatis, and the Magnums. Skip out on the 1911 and the Marshalls. Once again, those weapons are still good, and you can do whatever you want, but these, in my opinion, are the 3 fastest. Shotgun, the game launched with 2. Honestly, just get the 2 base ones. Get the Howler and the Gallo. Street Sweeper is also great. The Ironhide actually really sucks, so I'd skip that one if I were you. Launchers, you have to get 2, so you got to do both of them. There were no DLC launchers. You got to do both the Sigma and the RPG. No escaping that. Melees, you only have to do 1. The best melee would be the E-Tool. Then the Wakizashi would be the second best. The Default Knife's also great. I mean, the melee weapon category is super easy, but whatever you want to do. Size are also super easy to get gold. Special weapons, you only have to do 1 of these. The M79 right now is the most busted weapon in the game, with PhD being added, so I'd recommend doing this for your special weapon. But once again, choose whatever you feel most comfortable with, and that is it. You just have to get the same amount of base weapons, so 5 ARs, 5 SMGs, 4 tac rifles, 3 LMGs, 3 snipers, 3 pistols, 2 shotguns, 2 launchers, 1 melee, 1 special, and you unlock the Dark Aether Camo. All right, so starting off with the single hardest part of getting the Dark Aether Camo: leveling up your weapons. This is the first thing you have to do, and it's by far going to take the longest. There are 3 separate methods I recommend. The first one is actually here in MP. However, the thing about leveling it up in MP, it's going to be the fastest, but you're going to be getting 0 progress for your weapon. So this is only if you really want to get DM Ultra and Dark Aether, but the single quickest way is to go into hardcore face-off 6v6, rush as much as you can, get as many kills possible, level, and you're going to get a lot more XP in hardcore face-off 6v6 than you will in any other mode in the game. But if your only concern is getting the zombie camos and you don't care about getting the MP camos, you're going to only want to play zombies to level up the weapon. We have two different options. We've got a faster option and the option I recommend, even though it's not as fast. So moving in here, the best option to get your gun maxed as quick as possible is taking 4 players into Outbreak, looking for the black chest event, doing that, going to the objective, exfilling, rinse and repeat. That's what's going to level up your weapon the most. However, you're not getting a lot of kills with the weapon at the same time. Instead, we're going to be going into Onslaught, playing Onslaught Containment and farming kills in this. This works solo, and if you're playing solo, you're going to get more XP doing this than what you are going to be playing Outbreak, and at the same time, you're going to be getting a lot more kills on your weapon, so you're going to finish those 2,500 headshots while you're grinding the levels, whereas if you're playing Outbreak and doing that, you wouldn't be getting that. You would just be getting a lot of weapon XP and not a lot of pack-a-punch kills, normal kills, and critical kills. When it comes to playing Onslaught Containment, there's one map I usually try to get. Unfortunately, you can't pick the map you want, so we've got to search in a lobby of Onslaught Containment. It's eventually going to show us, and luckily we got it first try. We got U-Bomb, but let's say you load in, you don't get this map, just leave the game, go to private match again, go to Onslaught Containment, and that's the only way to get it. You just got to keep going in, backing out, but eventually you'll get it to see, and it shouldn't take too long. But when it comes to grinding camos, like ICBM's a good map, but for getting headshots, I think U-Bomb's the single best one, so I take the extra time. Each time you're going to level up your weapons. This way you get more headshots. Just keep backing in and out till you get U-Bomb, and maybe we'll get lucky and get it again this time. No, of course not. And now that we've loaded in, we just want to start killing zombies, and you'll be able to rank up your weapon really quickly. The reason this works so well is all other zombie modes, the higher round you go, the less weapon XP you get. Onslaught doesn't really do that. My favorite spot is just to go up, sit right here, and start killing zombies. However, on lower rounds, the zombies are so slow, you might not want to do that. Just kill them normally. And every 3 rounds, you're going to get an elite round, and you're going to have a boss zombie. He's always going to spawn right here in the middle, and that's how you're going to be able to get different pack-a-punch and stuff. Don't have to worry about ammo, because ammo spawns in constantly from all the zombies you kill. But see, now it's round 3. We're going to have this bad boy, so you are going to be able to work on the camo challenge for killing 15 mini bosses too. Before we start talking about grinding the camos here in zombies, obviously the more skills you have upgraded, the easier it's going to be. I highly recommend upgrading Cryo Freeze tier 5 first if you haven't. Then Ring of Fire tier 5 is also going to be extremely important for this grind. Obviously getting all the perks you can max out as quick as possible, and then obviously getting all of the weapons. This is going to allow the weapons to do more damage. The only ammo mod we're going to be using for most of this grind is Cryo Freeze when you're going for headshots or just general kills. Cryo Freeze is perfect because it's not going to steal your headshots. Dead Wire is going to take away from your headshots. Brain Rot's going to take away from your headshots. Show is Shatter Blast. We are going to use Shatter Blast for some of the tips, but that's going to be later on. If you're just grinding for headshots, Cryo Freeze is what you want to be using. So if you haven't maxed it out, go ahead, max that out. Ring of Fire, super important, and then obviously the weapon class that you're using at the time. If you are looking to grind crystals as quick as possible because you don't have everything maxed out, I do have a guide for that linked below. That way you can quickly grind all of your stuff max rank and easily start unlocking these camos. All right, now let's move on to the 2,500 kills, 2,500 pack-a-punch kills, and the 2,500 critical kills. We're going to be doing all 3 of these challenges at the same exact time. This section of the guides for LMGs, ARs, SMGs, tac rifles, pistols, everything that's not a sniper or a shotgun. We're going to have a different section for that, and we've got 3 separate guides here. The first one's going to be if you're still working on getting weapon levels. This way you can grind your crit kills while you're leveling up your weapon. The second one is going to be the absolute fastest method, and the third is going to be the absolute safest. That way you can safely do it while watching a podcast. So let's break into those. So if you're still leveling up your weapons and you're trying to get headshots, this is the strat I'd recommend. And by still leveling up weapons, I mean like under level 40 or 45, depending if there's double weapon XP or not. This is U-Bomb Onslaught Containment. We showed earlier in this guide exactly how you load in here, but this is really good for both leveling up your weapon and get headshots. Usually I'll just get back in this corner right here. All the zombies are going to line up. Right now, we're not getting pack-a-punch kills because we haven't got a chalice drop. That's the one bad thing about this strat, is it's kind of up to RNG sometimes. Sometimes you'll get bad perks. Sometimes you'll get bad drops. And we're currently on a Surge 14, and we haven't got a gold chalice. And if you're new to this mode, how you get the gold chalices is the elite enemies here. So since there's an elite enemy, there's a chance that we could go ahead and get one from this dude, maybe, since this will be our 5th. Come on, 5th. Come on, gold chalice. Yeah, perfect. There we go. Gold chalice dropped, and oh wow, we're gonna go straight to pack 2. So this is how you're gonna level up your weapon. There's a silver chalice, there's this, and this makes the whole process a lot quicker. There's no setup. You're not worried about turning on power on the map. You're legitimately gonna be able to spawn in, head back here and start grinding kills. You're not gonna have to worry about the orb or anything like that. Super simple. It does eventually get a little overran. That's why I run Ring of Fire. And there is a bug. If you start getting hit randomly and there's no zombies around you, that's because you've encountered an invisible zombie. There is a way to fix it. What you want to do is go to change class and you want to acquire Frenzy Guard. With Frenzy Guard, that's the only way right now to go about killing the invisible zombies. But yeah, this strat is extremely good for leveling up your weapons, getting headshots, getting the 2,500 pack-a-punch kills, and just getting the generic kills. So this is what I recommend if your weapons aren't fully maxed out yet. Boom. Now for the single fastest way to get critical kills, pack-a-punch kills, and normal kills, we are loaded in to D Machina. And yes, we are going to turn on the Rampage Inducer. However, you are going to get less weapon XP and less normal XP when doing this. So if you haven't leveled your weapon up to max, either use the strat we showed right before this, or don't turn on the Rampage Inducer. If you're still working on getting weapon levels, the Rampage Inducer is going to make it so you get so little XP. But once we spawn in, all we're going to do is head right up here on top of Penthouse. Ever since this game's launched, this has been just the quickest way to get kills. Zombies spawn in right here faster than any... Oh, and we're out of ammo. We should probably go buy ammo. If you do run out of ammo, good teaching moment right here. This is where you go to buy it. We're going to have to be a little bit careful getting up, though, because I didn't expect to have to come back down. Whoop, 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 whoop. It is a little bit harder with the Rampage... Oh, rip, dude. We're almost there. This method is a little bit harder with the Rampage Inducer on. This isn't the safest method. That's the next one. So this one is going to take a little bit to get used to. But once you get used to this, you're going to get headshots quicker here than you will any other method in the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit up here and we're just going to farm the zombies. And then they're going to be spawning right here, and down this long pathway. And we're going to stay up here until we have enough stuff to go ahead and fully pack our gun. So what? It's round 8. This is about how long I'd stay here once the game turns on. Then we're going to go turn the Rampage Inducer because I don't want to pack with the Rampage Inducer on. And from this point, it's super simple. I'm not going to show all of it. All we're going to do is go pack our weapon. And then guess what? Once we pack our weapon, we're going to head right back up top. And that's pretty much the whole strategy, is just every time you need to go and get something, you know, turn off the Rampage Inducer. But every second you have the Rampage Inducer on and you're sitting up here getting kills, you're going to get an insane amount of headshots. It's going to be uncomparable to anything else in the game. But this is kind of a high skill spot. If you don't know what you're doing and you're just starting out grinding camos, you're going to get overwhelmed really quickly in this spot. And we do have Ring of Fire on. Ring of Fire is what makes this strat so viable. As you're kind of using the weapon, you're going to have Ring of Fire to use. But yeah, that's that one. Let's move on to the third and final headshot strategy. Now for the third and safest headshot slash critical kill strategy. Here we are on Firebase C. Once again, same deal. I'm going to turn on the Rampage Inducer. However, this does make it a little bit harder and you're not going to get near as much weapon and normal XP, but you are going to get more headshots per minute. So if your main goal is just getting the headshots, this is what you want to do. And by safest, the reason I think a lot of people use this, and the reason I find myself using this faster than some of the faster methods, is this method is perfect if you just want to casually grind. If you want to pull up a YouTube video, pull up a podcast, maybe a Netflix show while you get headshots, this strategy is perfect for that. It is so easy to do and you're not going to get overran that I'm tons of people just sit and watch Netflix videos. So obviously you're going to want to turn the power on to be able to pack your weapon, but we're not going to show how to do that in this guide. Legitimately, we're just going to show this spot. So what you want to do, come up here and sit back here. All the zombies are going to come down this nice giant hallway with the Rampage Inducer there a little bit quicker. That's why, once again, we're using Ring of Fire to help with this. And we're just going to sit back. And it is just going to be absolutely perfect. And yeah, I don't know. This strategy is just goated. Tons of people use this. I think this is the most popular headshot strat because of the ease of use. It's super easy to set up right off the bat. Nothing you got to do. Just get in here, start getting headshots. The biggest downside of this strat is it is Firebase Z. So every so often you're going to have to do the order to fend rounds. You're going to have to go to fend a generator. But besides that, you really can't mess this strat up. Just sit up here, Ring of Fire, mow down zombies, rinse, repeat till you finish the weapons you need. Now, unfortunately, those three strats we just showed aren't going to work too well with snipers because we all know snipers here in Cold War Zombies aren't the best thing in the world. So I'm going to show you three separate strategies that work very well for snipers. This first one here is just kind of slow, but it's super simple. Load into Outbreak, and for the first 3 waves, just kind of look around for zombies, get headshots, because yeah, the zombies for the first 3 waves on Outbreak don't really do much of anything. And even if you're a terrible shot, you just got to kind of walk out of the way. Like, look at these zombies. These are brain dead, easy to get. Yeah, look, completely missing my shots. But yeah, this is an easy way to get the crit kills, but out of all 3 methods we're going to show, this is the slowest. And now for the second sniper rifle strategy to get pack-a-punch kills and critical kills, and I recommend this one for the slower shooting sniper rifle. So if you're doing the ZRG or the Tundra, this strat usually normally works the best. All we're gonna do is train. This is just finding your favorite training spot on any map. Spawn here on D Machine, it works great, super simple to get set up, all that stuff, and you're just gonna train it around. With a slow shooting sniper rifle like the ZRG, there's honestly not much you can do besides just train up the zombies, get 2 to 3 crit kills at a time, and that's why the zombies suck so much to grind, is you can only kill 3 zombies at a time. Even fully maxed out, the penetration for the snipers is just 3 zombies. So yeah, this is really it. Unfortunately, not even Ring of Fire helps you since they're single shot weapons. And now for the third, final, and quickest sniper rifle headshot strategy, we're back here in Colonel's office using a modified version. This strategy is mainly going to be for the faster shooting sniper rifle. So the M82, the Pellington, the Tundra, if you kind of build it quicker. The ZRG is going to struggle in this strat, but all we're doing is the same thing we were doing before. However, now we have toxic growth to slow them down and allow us to reload and get more headshots. Ring of Fire isn't going to help too much with the snipers. That's why we use it instead. Go ahead, grab the max ammo, and this is going to be harder than the 2 previous sniper rifle strats we showed, but it is going to allow you to get sniper rifle headshots quicker. As you can see, it's round 9. We aren't packed and we don't have perks, but the zombies are already running up really quickly. This strategy is only going to work until about round 20, and you're going to have to restart. Maybe with some of the faster shooting sniper rifles, you might be able to get to 30 or so, but it's going to be a lot harder than the previous 2, but it is faster as a trade-off. Now, getting headshots for the shotguns work quite a bit different than the normal weapons, and I get a lot of questions about what the quickest way to go about these are. That's because the shotguns shoot a pellet instead of one single bullet, making it a little bit harder. So for normal weapons, you want to aim directly at the head. However, with shotguns, since they have a range, there's a chance you get a body shot with that. So for shotguns, you actually want to hit fire just a tad bit above their head. That way you're making sure all the kills you get are critical kills. Whereas if you were hip firing directly at their head, you can see the 3 that we just got there weren't crit kills. But if we just go slightly above it, and this makes more sense once it's pack-a-punch, especially since the street sweeper takes forever to reload. You know what? I'm just going to buy ammo. That seems like the right thing to do. So if we aim a little bit above their head, you can see most of the kills we just got there are critical kills. But if we aim directly at their head, only half of those were critical kills. So when you're doing the shotguns and you're going for the critical kills, aim above the head or right at the top of the head. Maybe that's a little bit better, right at the tippy top instead of center mass of the head. That way you maximize the amount of critical kills you're getting for shotguns, and trust me, it will make a massive difference. Even just watching right there, you can see that we're almost getting, you know, an additional 50% more headshots than what we are aiming directly at the head. Now for the Jackrabbit Medal guide, and this is going to be the same for all weapons. What we're about to show you to get Jackrabbit Medals works for melees, works for snipers, works for rocket launchers, any weapon in the entire game. This is the best way to get your Jackrabbit Medals. For most full auto weapons, you'll probably get these as you're grinding the headshots, but for weapons like the melee weapons, you might not get these, and the snipers, you might not get these while grinding. All you want to do is put on Shatter Blast, and once you have Shatter Blast on, we're gonna horde up 20 enemies pretty much on any map. Usually I'll do it here on Mauer Totem because there's a nice good training area here, and then we're just gonna shoot 1 bullet right there into the middle. And as you can see, we just got a Jackrabbit Medal for this sniper, and yes, that does count for the 10 you need. The same thing's gonna work for the melee weapon. Boom, there we go, just like that. That's a Jackrabbit Medal for the melee weapons, rocket launchers, anything you need to do. Like I said, for full auto weapons, more than likely you're gonna get them all done, but if you end up finishing the weapon, still need Jackrabbit Medals, just get Shatter Blast, horde them up on any map, knife them, hit them once with your bullet, and boom, there you go. Easy Jackrabbit Medal, rinse and repeat, do it again. Now, this is another challenge you have to do for every single weapon in the game. However, it's really basic, so we're gonna brush over it really quickly. Get 15 special or elite eliminations with whatever weapon in zombies. Bosses count as 3 eliminations. That'd be something like Orda, but it's just 15 of these. When the game launched, this was actually super hard because the only elite or special in the entire game was the Megaton on D Machina, and if you're playing solo, it took forever to get this challenge. This was actually the hardest challenge at the launch state of the game, because if you were a solo player, it would take like 10 games to get this done. However, the newer maps spawn in specials like crazy. So if you're looking to get this done, if you're playing solo, D Machina is not it because Megatons are the only thing that spawns. But on Firebase C, every mimic, every mangler your kill is going to count, so you'll get it done almost immediately. Outbreak on region 1, you might be able to find all 15. Mauer Totem, these guys right here count. The Disciples, the Panzers, the Manglers, same thing on Forsaken. You're going to have these guys right here. You're going to have Disciples, you're going to have Manglers, all that stuff. So this challenge, killing 15 of these are extremely easy. It is hard on D Machina solo, but but if this is the only challenge you have left, just load up in Firebase Z. You'll get it done really quickly. Then for all weapons, we've got 10 kills rapidly 10 times, and then we have 3 or more critical kills rapidly 25 times. This challenge should complete itself. While you're getting the 2,500 crit kills and pack-a-punch kills, whether you're in Colonel's office or on top of Penthouse, I don't think anyone's really ever had issues with this. This is just 3 critical kills rapidly. If you're struggling, just spawn in, get 3 crit kills really quickly, and this is 10 rapid kills. If you're using Ring of Fire in any of the strats we showed previously, this will finish almost immediately. Now, one of the camo challenges for all the melee weapons that a lot of people have questions on are kill distracted or stunned enemies. For this, Mule Kick makes this so much easier. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna buy Mule Kick, we're gonna jump down, we don't got PhD, so we're gonna take a little bit of damage. Then from here, we wanna go to a crafting table. This is gonna help us get this done so quickly. We are going to buy stun grenades. With Mule Kick, we're gonna get 2 for every one we buy, and even with the worst melee weapon in the game, hands down, the machete is the worst melee weapon. Nothing comes close to how bad this thing is. What we're gonna do, we're gonna take a stun grenade, we're gonna stun them, and then we're just gonna start chopping away. I do not have an ammo mod on. Ammo mods count for kills just about every scenario except for these stun kills. For some reason, if you use Shatter Blast on stunned enemies or any ammo mod, it doesn't count, but we're just gonna keep, oh, we didn't even stun them all. That was a bad stun, but we got 5 of them. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep spamming it. And every time we get more salvage, all we're gonna do is buy it, and then, oh, we're gonna stun them again, and this way you'll get your stun kills done extremely quickly. Like, this is a super easy challenge. This machete isn't even packed, and it's level 21. If it was packed, we would be one-hitting the enemies. But yeah, that's that challenge done. And it also works for decoys, and it also works for monkey bombs. However, I don't recommend those because the stun grenades are the cheapest, and honestly, you get just as many kills with the stun grenades. I think we could probably even buy more. Yeah, look at that. 3 more stun grenades. There we go. And stun them again, and we got some bosses and whatnot. But yeah, as you can see, this is a super simple challenge now that Mule Kick's in the game. The melee weapons also have another unique camo category. For the vintage camo here, get 15 kills with the E-tool against enemies who are affected by Frost Blast, Ring of Fire, or while you have Aether Shroud active in zombies. This one's extremely self-explanatory. While you're grinding the 750 kills you need for the weapon, if you're using Aether Shroud and just use it every time you get it, or even if you're using Frost Blast or Ring of Fire, it's just 15 kills. It's super self-explanatory. Use the field upgrade and get the kill. It's gonna count. Now that PhD has been added into Cold War Zombies, the rocket launchers are one of the easiest categories to grind gold. There is one exclusive challenge they have, and that is killing 5 enemies with 1 single shot. Really, all you gotta do for this is horde up zombies, pack-a-punch your weapon, get PhD, and as you saw, we got a big bang medal there. That is what counts for it. Once again, another big bang medal, and all you do is rinse and repeat, and this will get all your medals. I train down here. There's a million spots you can train with all these maps, but yeah, pack-a-punch the rocket, and this is for the Thumper, the Sigma, and the RPG. Pack-a-punch it, get PhD, train up zombies, shoot in the middle of the horde of zombies, rinse and repeat till the challenge is done. It is that simple. The crossbow is once again another weapon with unique camo challenge. Technically, you don't even need the crossbow to unlock the Dark Aether Camo, but I want this to be a complete guide for every weapon, and since this weapon does have a unique challenge, we're going to show it off here. You've got to get 3 kills with a single bolt 50 times. You do have to pack-a-punch this. You can't get a multi-kill with the crossbow until it's pack-a-punch, but once it's pack-a-punch, just train up the zombies, and this one's a little bit more difficult. You kind of want to wait till you got enough trained up. You want to go for a crit kill, and it can kill up to 3, like right there. That was one of them, so that would be 1 out of 50, and then you just rinse and repeat. It's kind of an annoying challenge. It does take a little bit, but once you get to higher rounds and the hordes of zombies are bigger and bigger, it's not that bad. This was the final complete ultimate Dark Aether guide for Cold War Zombies Year 2. Everything we said in this video should be final. If you watch this video 5 years from now, this video should still be the fastest ultimate tricks to get Dark Aether Camo as quick as possible, because they're not adding new maps, they're not buffing, they're not nerfing things. Everything we said in this video is pretty much finalized. If you guys want to see any more guides like this for COD Zombies, whether it be for unlocking camos, XP, weapon XP, anything you can do or unlock in COD Zombies, we cover it here on this channel. If you left a like or a comment, I greatly appreciate it, especially with super long videos that take a lot of effort like this one here. We also do got merch below if you want to buy a pause shirt that you can wear for over 2 hours each and every day. We got a second channel, we got a Facebook page, we're uploading daily exclusive stuff and a bunch of other amazing stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and good luck on getting the Dark Aether Camo for yourself if you haven't, or if you're doing it for DLC weapons, good luck with that as well. I want to give a massive thanks to everyone who became a Twitch sub or a YouTube member, and an extra special thanks to those who taken above and beyond and became an Unlock Plus Plus member here on YouTube. We got the GOAT Positive Expert, the most OP Gobblegum ever round robin, the 2x Trader Purple, the absolute legend Nick G, the massive Chad Noah, and the craziest story arc ever Scar.